Alright, y'all. I done made 2 videos talking about this already. It's the moment of truth. The fabled Mario movie review. Now, right from the get-go, I'm letting you guys know that there's going to be spoilers for the movie. In case if somebody did not know that was going to be the case, now you know. Click off if you don't want to be spoiled. So, I am a bit behind on the movie because I was just a minor bit late. I was able to connect a few pieces. I missed the part in the beginning with Bowser going to the Penguin Kingdom and taking over. I missed Mario with his family, so I don't really know what happens. By the time I got in the movie theater, Mario was being escorted by Toad to Princess Peach's castle. But I was able to connect that Mario and Luigi were essentially nobodies that were ridiculed. It was not very hard to figure out. Plus, it was a trope that is often seen in movies. So, okay, that's cool. But from what I did see, I enjoyed it. The film was fun. I did feel like the film was a bit short, which makes sense. It's a kids' movie. It's not going to be a whole 2 hours or anything. But that definitely has to go in the list of issues or cons that the movie has. It has to be the length. It felt like a lot of scenes were rushed in a certain sense. It just felt like people didn't get the character development that they needed. Like, there was the moments where Mario and Donkey Kong were isolated by themselves in the stomach of an eel or something. And for a second, I thought they were going to be able to bond, which they didn't, which is cool because it makes sense that Mario wouldn't be bonding with a rival type of character. But even so, it could have allowed them to have a bit more character growth or just a further look into their character. But then again, this is Illumination and this is Nintendo, this is Mario. Mario was never known for having a complex storyline or anything. The character that has the most character development has to go to Luigi and Rosalina. And even then, they both aren't even really important figures in this movie. Rosalina isn't even in this movie. So I wasn't going to this movie expecting some sort of high class movie that was going to be discussing their characters and how they progressed. It wasn't anything like that. This wasn't one movie that was supposed to be stellar in terms of story writing or character growth or setting or anything. And I feel like that even goes into the issue that everybody else had, the hate that they had. I don't understand why people were going into a Nintendo movie and a Mario movie and expecting it to have this galactic storyline that was going to leave everybody absolutely shook to their core. This is Mario. He runs, he jumps, he eats a mushroom, he gets on the flag, he saves the princess. That's the most that Mario games has. Like, as of late, there's been more to the story, but that's because they needed to take a more creative turn to be able to entertain their fans further. And this is the beginning of the Mario movie franchise, which is clearly going to grow after the post-credit scene showed that there's going to be a sequel and even an eventual Mario Cinematic Universe. This was just the first stepping stone into that universe. This was just setting the ground for these characters. It wasn't meant to have them grow in any sort of manner or anything. I honestly doubt that there will be any sort of growth because all the characters have a flat character arc. Like Mario and Luigi, for example. My favorite aspect of the movie definitely has to go with their relationship because it's a gigantic middle finger to everybody who believed the whole Mario and Luigi have an awful relationship theories. Mario stepping on Luigi's foot and everybody taking that into heart of Mario being an actually cruel villain or something. They love one another, and that's shown in various different games. Their sidekicks, their brothers, their relationship is tight. And this movie shows that utterly perfectly, and I'm glad to see that. That's definitely one of the best. But even so, all of the characters felt fitting and entertaining. In my previous Mario video, I was talking about how Donkey Kong's voice didn't really feel fitting. But I have to say that it did grow on me, and seeing the character that he had in the movie definitely allowed that voice to fit him. He's a bit of a snooty, snotty character that doesn't really like being at fault of any kind or any sort of disadvantageous area where he is losing. And that feels fitting for Donkey Kong. First of all, he's a rival of Mario, so it's not like he was going to be all buddy-buddy with him. But note that a rival is not necessarily a villain. Of course, when it came down to it, when they needed to team up, they were willing to do that, and they were very good at teaming up at that. But they didn't have the chemistry of, best friends or anything. Toad was not as annoying as he could have been, so he immediately gets a plus for that. And Peach was a shock, not gonna lie. I expected her to be kidnapped, and after that she was the usual damsel in distress. But after she was kidnapped, she had a whole plan. She had a whole one-man army type thing going for her. It was incredible to see. It was nice and refreshing to see Peach going against Bowser by herself, because you have to pay attention to the fact that Peach was essentially the only figure in the Mushroom Kingdom that was capable of defending herself. All Toads are just there to be adorable, loud, and minor support. So Peach is the ruler, basically by rule of elimination, and everybody besides her is eliminated. So it makes sense that she'd be skilled enough to be able to handle that by herself. And even so, she still was not necessarily strong enough, and that's where Mario and other people were able to come in and have their moment to shine. Well, except for Donkey Kong, he kind of got slammed around, but Donkey Kong did his bit in the earlier part of the movie, so he's good. Also, seeing Donkey Kong with the Fire Flower is now canonical in the Mario universe to some degree. So by the next Mario game, I expect to see Donkey Kong as a playable character. Nintendo, I hope you're watching this, because if you don't do this, we're gonna have an issue. Of course, as said before in the video, I was a bit late, so I wasn't able to see how badly Mario and Luigi were treated in the beginning. I got the sense that they were, they were outcast, or they were hated on, or just laughed at, most likely bullied by that one jock type character. But when the ending came, all of a sudden their parents and everybody loved them, like, oh, whoa, look, it's Mario, he saved us all, whoa. And I can already guess how that went. In the beginning they were all like, Mario, who? All I know is trash, yo. But after that, they say Brooklyn and whatever, like, a round of applause for Mario. This is my son, everybody. I was with him since day one, supported him since day one. So his fame is thanks to me. Going back to the topic of character growth, I do have to say that it's not even really needed. Like, the only characters I can properly think of that would need character development would be Donkey Kong and Luigi. But Luigi is in a cage for more than half the movie, and Donkey Kong is just Donkey Kong. And the only case where Donkey Kong could improve is where he was stopped being such a jerk to Mario, which in that case he's not. He's not going to be any better in that case scenario. But Donkey Kong is straight. Luigi has more screen time coming up, I'm pretty sure, with his second movie coming out eventually. So in that case, he could show that he's less of a coward. But even in this movie, he got out of the cage and then immediately went to war with his brother. Didn't know what was happening, but he just grabbed the star power and was like, all right, guess we're doing this now. And that showed bravery. That's all he needed. So there's not much character development that's needed. Everything that happened in this film was more so of a flat character arc. Mario from the get-go was all about saving his brother, and that's all that was driving him. In every case scenario that he was faced, he was always like, okay, I've got to do this, that way I can save my brother. Easily the biggest, most jaw-dropping moment in this entire movie has to go to the moment that Bowser was singing. It has to. There's hardly any other competition that can make it up to that level. When he was playing the piano, the thought crossed my mind. I was like, are they gonna make Bowser sing? And I never thought that they were going to do it. I never thought that it was possible for them to do it until he started playing the piano. But then he actually started singing, and I thought he was gonna be interrupted after the first few seconds or embarrassed or something. But then they made him sing a whole song. Not only did they make him do it once, they made him do it again at the end. I'm not surprised by it anymore. It was just like, wow, they really went with that. The music for this, at least the Peaches song, has to be the best song of the century. Like, it has to be. But yes, I believe that is all of my thoughts regarding the Mario movie. I enjoyed all of the Easter eggs, and I tried my best to keep up with all of them. Like, the whole Mario Kart bit was very fun. The storytelling was honestly way better than I expected it to be. They confirmed that this Mario universe has structures and civilizations. They confirmed that the Donkey Kong civilization is so far the best civilization in the world, because they both have advanced technology to the point where they have carts, which the Mushroom Kingdom clearly does not have, and they also have soldiers, which the Mushroom Kingdom also does not have. They have toads with weapons. That's not the most horrifying thing ever, assuming that any toads even know how to use those weapons properly. Even when they were chasing Mario, they for some reason let go of their weapons and resorted to tackling him. Way to go, Toads. They're trying their best, man. Just give them a break. They're doing their best. But yeah, I am honestly very interested and excited for what this Mario universe is going to bring us. I have been complaining as an inside joke for the longest that we haven't gotten a new mainline Mario game in the longest. But I guess this will help me be patient for another a few days, I guess. So yeah, thanks Nintendo. Thanks Nintendo for this project. Thank you guys for remaining true to the story. And thank you for watching my video. I'll see you guys next time. So make sure to subscribe so you can see me next time. Until then,